What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Compound today, C-O-M-P. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, guys. This video, I think, should be rather entertaining and should provide a little bit of a insight as to what my expectations are for Compound in the short term, right? So first and foremost, I want to address Compound has already experienced one bull cycle. It's experienced a bear cycle. It's about to experience its second bull cycle. That gives it a bit of a seniority status, if that makes any sense, right? I'm not saying what I'm about to say is not a requirement. It doesn't mean that it has to happen, simply that it can happen, okay? Coins like Compound, like any cryptocurrency that exists during their first cycle, we don't know how high they can grow necessarily, right? They can see 100x, they can see a 500x, you never know. But there is a ceiling to some degree because most coins typically in their first cycles typically do not see anything above a $90 billion or even more so above $100 billion in market cap valuation during their first cycles. Second cycles and third cycles, that's when we can see these $100 billion valuations come into play as possibilities. Now, just because it's a possibility doesn't mean that it has to happen, but being at a $738 million market cap with a potential to hit $100 billion and beyond as a possibility, that automatically by default makes Compound a 100x possibility type of coin. It could 100x or more. It could 200x or more. You never know. And I genuinely mean that. If we look at the high to low here of the chart, from the last cycle high to the bear cycle low, I'm not going to take this low. That was the fake out low. If I took that low, it would only look, that's at $2,400 right now. It would only move the targets up. Now it's at $2,489. So it only moves them up. I feel like this is more conservative and more accurate to the move. This is like the low of the sideways move. It was a fake out. So I'm not going to measure there. High to low here. The targets are minimum 2,400, maximum 8,200, right? This is your primary target box, the 1,618 to the 1,272. It stops at the 1,618 because that's the golden ratio. Okay, the golden ratio to what? To life, to the universe, to this simulation that we're all in, as some people assume it to be. 2,400 would give us a minimum of a 28x, maybe a 29x. About $4,000 would put us at about a 48x itself. And then if we were to go to the 1,618, that's all the way up at about $8,000. That puts you at about 100x from here, right? And those are your that's your primary target zone. A lot of cryptos do like to go to their secondary target zones to find all-time highs. I don't know if Compound does. Personally, I don't think Compound gets above $8,000, but I really do like the chance, the possibility that it has to get there. If not, at least 4K or 2,400, right? Something like that. It is possible, I don't think it's likely, but I think it is possible that Compound could see prices, again, that are at a multi-100x possibility capacity. It just depends on how much traction we get for Compound by the end of the cycle, right? We don't know how much traction it's going to get, assuming that it grows a healthy amount and what's on par with the rest of the markets. I would assume anything from 2,400 to 8,200 is a possibility. Right in the middle there at about $4,000 seems to be a very good, reasonable expectation, which, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but a 49, almost a 50x, that's not bad, man. And I really do expect that whenever it breaks out from here, now that we've got the long-term stuff out of the way, we can get into the short-term stuff. I expect that we're going to see an immaculate move up, man. At least, I keep saying prices that are below $300 for this move, and it's possible. I keep saying it because I accept it as a possibility, but truthfully, I think when we break out, we're going to see prices above $300, which from the current price at $82.71, that would imply an overall move that's something like, come on, if I could, basically like a 3.5x or more. Okay, and if we go to $300, why not go all the way up to the 786 here, this blue line right there? Previous areas of resistance there, previous areas of resistance back here, and that would be a 4.2x, 420%. The stoners would be getting blitzed up at those levels, man. The price and the people would be high. Shout out to the 420 crew if you guys are watching. Anyways, hit that like button and subscribe on that note. If we're looking at this thing on a weekly time frame, let's get into the shorter term stuff. Okay, looking at the shorter term stuff here, you are bouncing off the 56 area, kind of uncommon for an RSI. Let's see if you do this in your history. Not really. You found resistance on it once. I guess you did find support on it last cycle, to be completely fair. You might be finding support on it now. You know, my theory is this, right? That this next move is going to be the move that takes us away from the zone that we've been plagued by since May of 2022, right? So this move, being that it does take us away, I think will be bigger than anything we've seen in over like the last 2.5 years. That's my assumption, okay? So with that again in mind, high to low, if we were from here to move up at least to the golden ratio, which is between 235 and 304, that already would be a bigger move. It's pretty, that in itself is pretty comparable actually, isn't it? With this last move that we saw, it's pretty comparable, but it's bigger, and even then it's comparable to that. So just by that notion alone, I really do think, you guys, and there was a time like a couple months ago where I was very confident we would see the zone, and then December had me, a little bit like, oh, maybe we only go here, but I'm getting that confidence back, man. I really do think we're going to see prices above $400 or more by the end of this move, like 420 or bust, man. Like, it's literally going to happen. What's crazy? You know what's crazy? That's so serendipitous. From the current price up to that 786, look, that's a 420% growth basically, and you're right near that $420 price. It's kind of serendipitous. I don't know. Maybe I'm just seeing what I want to see. But again, prices between just above 400 to just above 600 are back on the table, and not even as possibilities, but I would say as probabilities. Like, through this analysis, it's only maybe more bullish that it's likely going to happen, because again, I don't see this next move that's going to take us out of here. I don't see it being just like every other move that we had in this range. I think it's going to be more expansive. That's what makes sense to me. And if we're looking at this price range as a whole, the next area at a minimum, okay, well, that would be 257 to be fair, which is 257 is right in our golden ratio. But if we bypass that, likely we'd go up to the high points here, which that's at 525, man. So when I say between 400 to 600, we really could go all the way up to 525 or more. But anyways, guys, looking at the 3-day time frame here. Actually, I want to look back at the weekly. I want to get on the RSI. Weekly RSI looking bullish as hell. 3-day time frame. Neutral, but we're just waiting on it to move up, right? And then, yeah, daily time frame's looking good. So I want to compare it real quick to XCN and then stop, right? I want to make some little notes here. So XCN pumped, right? It pumped recently. And XCN and Compound, they're kind of competitors. I mean, very literally, they are competitors. They're both DeFi projects. And while it's never fun to watch a coin do this without you, right? Especially if you're holding things in the same kind of niche sector of crypto, it's never fun to see a coin in a 4-day span do a 565% move, while your coin in that same span has done jack all, from a low to a high. You've moved maybe like 40%, 30%, something like that, right? 34%. While this guy did so much more. What's beneficial about this, what's beneficial for Compound that XCN has moved up, is XCN is a like coin to Compound. So if anybody's taking profits here and they want to roll it back into XCN or like projects, DeFi projects, they might be like me. People who hold XCN might also hold Compound. They might hold YFI. They might hold Aave, or any kind of DeFi projects that would be relatable, and they might take profits from this coin and roll it over into those projects. Beyond all those things that I just said, what's bullish for this coin is bullish for all other coins, because it puts DeFi back on the map, right? People are going to look into Onyx coin. They're going to look up, oh, it's a DeFi protocol. Are there other DeFi protocols that I should look into? Oh, this one has twice the market cap, and it's been around longer, and it's got some a little bit more centralization to it, but more interesting say backers, let's just say backers behind it, right? Some interesting VCs that are promoting it, but this not so much. Yet I actually like Onyx coin. I like XCN. It is more decentralized. It is more true to a DeFi kind of project, and I do like the overall kind of white paper more than I like Compound. But which one's going to take the cake? I don't know. What's good for this one, the fact that it moved up 296% this week, or at least that's where it is now, that's where it stands. I think it is a good thing for Compound. I think if you're looking at this and wishing that you bought this coin, I think that's fair, but please don't sell your Compound. Please do not sell your Compound here for a coin that's up here, right? You'd effectively be selling Compound like this. It's like you're selling it here before it gets to here. It's about to make a move just like that. It really is. Like, absolutely it is. Please don't trade it. Please don't trade it for a coin that already did its move. Anyways, guys, I got nothing else for you. If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.